Welcome back to my spoilers channel. Today we will learn about the explosive developments rocking the bold and beautiful universe, where family loyalties are being tested, unexpected alliances are forming, and dangerous rivalries are threatening to change everything for our beloved characters. Liam Spencer's fury reaches dangerous heights. The normally composed Liam Spencer has finally reached his breaking point, and the target of his unbridled rage is none other than his own father, Bill Spencer, in a confrontation that staff members at Spencer Publications will be gossiping about for weeks to come. Liam stormed into Bill's office, eyes blazing with a fury rarely witnessed from the typically level-headed Spencer heir, the catalyst for this explosive father-son showdown. Bill's inexplicable decision to use his considerable influence to secure a pardon for Luna Nozawa. "You've made some questionable choices before, Dad, but this crosses every line." Witnesses overheard Liam shouting through the supposedly soundproof office doors. His voice trembled not with fear but with barely contained anger as he confronted the Spencer patriarch about the potential consequences of his actions. For those who have followed the Spencer family dynamics over the years, this confrontation represents more than just another disagreement. It symbolizes a fundamental clash of values between father and son that has been brewing beneath the surface for years. Liam, who has always prided himself on his moral compass, finds himself increasingly at odds with Bill's pragmatic and sometimes ruthless approach to life's challenges. During their heated exchange, Liam didn't merely express disapproval. He issued what amounted to a threat wrapped in a promise. With unwavering conviction, he vowed to hold his father personally responsible should Luna cause any harm to those he loves, particularly Steffi or their children. The intensity of his declaration left even Bill momentarily speechless, a rare occurrence for the typically unflappable business magnate. "If she hurts anyone I love, anyone that blood will be on your hands," Liam declared, his voice dropping to a dangerous whisper that carried more weight than his earlier shouts, "and I will never, ever forgive you for it." Steffi Forrester takes up arms in defense of her husband. Upon learning of Liam's confrontation with Bill, Steffi Forrester didn't hesitate to enter the fray herself. Always protective of her family and never one to shy away from confrontation, Steffi arranged her own meeting with her father-in-law, determined to reinforce her husband's position and make her own feelings crystal clear. Arriving at Bill's office in a stunning power suit that perfectly symbolized her determination, Steffi wasted no time getting to the heart of the matter. With the poise and confidence that has made her such a formidable presence in both the fashion world and her personal life, she systematically dismantled Bill's justifications for helping Luna. "You've always claimed family comes first, Bill," Steffi reportedly challenged him. "So explain to me how putting a potential threat back on the streets protects your family, protects your grandchildren." Her words struck with precision, targeting Bill's self-proclaimed core value of family loyalty. What makes this confrontation particularly significant is Steffi's evolution from simply supporting Liam to becoming a powerful advocate in her own right. Drawing on her personal history with danger and betrayal, she painted a vivid picture of the potential consequences of Bill's actions, forcing him to confront the reality that his decision could have ripple effects throughout their interconnected families. Sources close to the situation reveal that Bill appeared uncharacteristically defensive during their exchange, suggesting that Steffi's arguments may have penetrated his usually impenetrable armor. Whether this will lead to any change in his position remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: Steffi has established herself as a force to be reckoned with in this family dispute. The Sharp household, a powder keg ready to explode. Meanwhile, across town, another family drama unfolds as Deacon Sharp finds himself backed into a corner of his own making. After weeks of mounting tension regarding Luna's presence in their lives, Deacon finally reached his breaking point and confronted Sheila with an ultimatum that has sent shockwaves through their relationship. Standing in the living room of the home they've built together, Deacon laid his cards on the table with uncharacteristic bluntness. "It's her or me, Sheila. I can't do this anymore." The silence that followed his declaration was deafening, filled with the weight of their complicated history and uncertain future. For those who have followed Deacon and Sheila's unlikely romance, this moment represents a critical juncture. Deacon, who has worked tirelessly to rebuild his life and reputation, sees Luna as a potential threat to everything he's accomplished. His concerns aren't unfounded. Luna's unpredictable nature and mysterious past have raised red flags that he can no longer ignore. Sheila's reaction to this ultimatum speaks volumes about her priorities. Rather than considering Deacon's perspective or acknowledging his concerns, she immediately bristled at being forced to choose. Her body language, arms crossed defensively, eyes narrowing with that familiar dangerous glint, told Deacon everything he needed to know before she even spoke. "Don't push me, Deacon," she warned, her voice carrying that edge that has made many a resident of Los Angeles tremble over the years. "You won't like where that leads." What makes this standoff particularly fascinating is the inevitable backpedaling that sources suggest is coming from Deacon. Despite his bold stance, insiders reveal that he's already realizing the futility of his ultimatum. Sheila has never responded well to being cornered, and Deacon's love for her may ultimately outweigh his concerns about Luna, at least for now. However, this concession won't erase his underlying worries, creating a simmering tension that threatens to boil over at any moment. Hope Logan's unexpected lifeline. Amidst these family conflicts, Hope Logan continues to navigate her own personal and professional crisis. The recent loss of her position at Forrester Creations, coupled with her painful split from Carter Walton, has left her adrift in ways she's never experienced before. Once the golden girl with a seemingly charmed life, Hope now finds herself questioning her identity and purpose. It's in this vulnerable state that Deacon approaches his daughter with what sources describe as a surprising proposition. Despite his own tumultuous situation with Sheila, Deacon has always maintained a special place in his heart for Hope, and seeing her struggle has awakened his paternal instincts in powerful ways. During a heartfelt conversation over coffee at El Giardino, Deacon presented Hope with an unexpected opportunity. "I know it's not designing couture," he reportedly told her, "but I could use someone with your eye for detail and your people skills here at the restaurant." His offer wasn't merely about employment. It represented a chance for Hope to rebuild her confidence while remaining connected to the family that has become increasingly important to her. Hope's initial reaction combined surprise, hesitation, and a flicker of interest that suggested she might be more open to this unexpected path than anyone, including herself, might have anticipated. For a woman who has defined herself through her work at Forrester Creations for so long, this proposition represents more than just a job. It's an invitation to reimagine her identity and discover new aspects of herself. "Sometimes the best way forward is a path you never considered," Deacon told her, showing a wisdom that his troubled past rarely allowed him to express. "This could be your chance to surprise everyone, especially yourself." The complicated Forrester-Nozawa connection. The revelation of Finn's biological connection to Luna has created a complex web of emotions and obligations that threatens the stability of his marriage to Steffi. As a doctor who has always valued truth and family connections, Finn finds himself torn between honoring his wife's wishes and exploring the newfound father-daughter relationship that biology has thrust upon him. Steffi, ever protective of the family unit she's fought so hard to preserve, has been increasingly vocal about her concerns. In their master bedroom, away from curious ears, she delivered yet another impassioned plea to her husband about maintaining firm boundaries with Luna. "I understand she's biologically connected to you," Steffi acknowledged, her voice softening momentarily before regaining its urgency. "But biology isn't destiny, Finn. We've built something precious here, and I won't let anyone, not even your biological daughter, threaten that." Her words carried the weight of their shared history, the challenges they've overcome, the threats they've faced together, and the family they've built despite numerous obstacles. For Steffi, Luna represents not just an individual, but a potential disruption to the peace they've fought so hard to achieve. Finn's response revealed the internal struggle he's experiencing. While he nodded in agreement with his wife, those close to the situation note the conflict evident in his eyes. As a man who has adopted himself, Finn understands the profound importance of biological connections in ways that Steffi, with her firmly established family tree, might not fully comprehend. "I hear you," he assured her, taking her hands in his, "and our family will always come first." Yet even as he spoke these words, a part of him wondered if there might be room in their lives for this unexpected addition, a daughter he never knew existed until recently. This tension between marital loyalty and biological curiosity promises to create increasingly difficult situations for Finn as time progresses. Sources close to the couple suggest that while he may initially honor Steffi's wishes to maintain distance from Luna, the pull of paternal connection will likely grow stronger, potentially creating fissures in his otherwise solid marriage. A dangerous game of seduction and rivalry. Luna Nozawa's ambitions extend far beyond family connections as she sets her sights on Will Spencer, viewing him as both a potential romantic conquest and a strategic alliance. Her initial attempt to seduce the young Spencer heir failed to yield the desired results, but Luna is not a woman who accepts defeat easily. Turning to Sheila for guidance, a move that speaks volumes about her own moral compass, Luna sought advice on how to win Will's affections. Their conversation, which took place in hushed tones at Sheila's apartment, revealed the manipulative partnership forming between these two women. "Men like Will respond to vulnerability," Sheila advised, drawing on her decades of experience manipulating others. "Show him a side of yourself that seems authentic and fragile. Make him want to protect you." Her eyes gleamed with a dangerous knowledge as she added, "Once he feels needed, he'll be yours." This strategic approach to romance highlights Luna's calculating nature and willingness to employ deception to achieve her goals. Rather than pursuing a genuine connection, she views relationships as chess moves in a larger game of power and influence. However, Luna's pursuit of Will hasn't gone unnoticed by Electra Forrester, who quickly identified her as a threat to her own interests. The confrontation between these two women escalated dramatically when Electra cornered Luna in the Forrester Creations break room, away from prying eyes but within earshot of several employees who later recounted the exchange. "Stay away from Will," Electra demanded, her voice low but intense. "Whatever game you're playing, I see right through it, and I won't let you use him." When Luna responded with feigned innocence, Electra's patience snapped, leading to a physical confrontation where she grabbed Luna's arm to prevent her from walking away. What Elektra failed to recognize in that moment was the dangerous territory she was entering. Luna's reaction, a calm, almost amused smile that never reached her eyes, should have served as a warning. "You have no idea who you're dealing with," Luna replied, her voice eerily controlled despite the tension of the moment. Those familiar with Luna's background suggest that Elektra has severely underestimated her opponent. Rather than being deterred by this confrontation, Luna views it as confirmation that Elektra is an obstacle to be removed. Sources close to the situation reveal that following this altercation, Luna's determination to eliminate her rival has only intensified, suggesting that Elektra may have inadvertently placed herself in greater danger by standing up to someone with potentially dangerous connections and few moral boundaries. Unexpected alliances and lingering attachments. To surprising development that has tongues wagging throughout Los Angeles, Brooke Logan sought out Ridge Forrester with a special request, creating a situation fraught with emotional complexity given Ridge's recent commitment to Taylor Hayes. Their meeting, which took place in Ridge's office at Forrester Creations, carried the weight of their decades-long history and the lingering question of whether their connection can ever truly be severed. Brooke arrived looking characteristically stunning, her confidence masking the vulnerability that those closest to her recognize in her eyes whenever Ridge is concerned. "I wouldn't ask if it wasn't important," she began, her voice carrying that unique blend of strength and softness that has always captivated Ridge. The nature of her request remains closely guarded, but sources indicate it relates to Hope's professional future and Brooke's desire to see her daughter regain her footing in the fashion world. What makes this interaction particularly noteworthy is Ridge's reaction, a momentary softening that suggests his feelings for Brooke remain more complicated than his commitment to Taylor might indicate. Taylor, upon learning of this meeting from a well-meaning but perhaps misguided staff member, reportedly reacted with outward calm that barely concealed her inner turmoil. "Ridge is free to meet with whomever he chooses," she told a close confidant. "I trust him completely." Yet those who know her well detected the slight tremor in her voice that betrays her lingering insecurities where Brooke is concerned. This triangle, which has defined so much of these characters' lives for decades, appears to be entering yet another complex phase. While Ridge has made his choice clear, the bonds that connect him to Brooke have proven remarkably resilient over the years, raising questions about whether any decision between these women can ever truly be permanent. As these storylines continue to unfold, the residents of this glamorous corner of Los Angeles find themselves navigating increasingly treacherous emotional terrain. Loyalties are tested, boundaries are challenged, and new alliances form in unexpected ways. Family bonds strain under the weight of conflicting values and priorities, while romantic entanglements create vulnerabilities that can be exploited by those with ulterior motives. The coming weeks promise to bring further developments as each character pursues their own agenda against the backdrop of family obligations and passionate attachments. Will Liam and Steffi's united front against Bill create lasting damage to the Spencer family? Can Deacon find a way to protect his relationship with Sheila while addressing his legitimate concerns about Luna? Will Hope find unexpected fulfillment in a new direction, or will she fight to reclaim her former position? And perhaps most dangerously, how far will Luna go to eliminate obstacles in her path to Will Spencer? Stay tuned to my Spoilers channel for continuing coverage of these compelling storylines and the characters whose lives have become intertwined in this world of passion, power, and endless possibility. The drama is just beginning, and the stakes have never been higher for the families we've come to know so intimately over the years.